What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another video. Today we're gonna be breaking down Will Fuller and his case as one of the top free agent wide receivers this season. He had a career year in 2020, achieving career highs in essentially every main receiving category. He also proved that he could be a legit wide receiver one and has the skill set to fit into any scheme imaginable. Talent, at least for me, was never the issue with Will, and while he was on pace to say "F you" to the injury demons, then the whole PED situation happened and kept his durability a big question mark. However, I still think he's a unicorn of a wide receiver and one of the most talented ones in the NFL. So I'll give y'all some fair contracts that benefit both Will and his potential future teams. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Now, let's break down the film of Will Fuller the 5th, because the film don't lie. The most dangerous part of Fuller's game has always been his deadly speed. With a 4.3 240, he puts immense stress on defenses at all times. There's barely a handful of cornerbacks in the entire NFL who can keep up with him, and Fuller had a career high in yards per reception and yards per target, really taking advantage of a bigger role on offense while still creating big plays. But the best deep threats don't just rely on pure speed. Fuller has developed so well at tracking the ball deep downfield, so even if a defense is in good position, he can still beat you. On this deep ball, Watson notices the deep safety rotating down, leaving no defender in easy position to help overtop on Fuller. But the blitz works, leaving two defenders for just one running back. So he knows he needs to get the ball out now. Watson also sees that Fuller doesn't create instant separation on his release, so he can't lead the ball out in front and let Fuller run underneath. Instead, he lobs it up, but leads it to the inside shoulder instead of outside. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought this was just inaccurate, but I think Watson thought of all those other factors and trusted that Fuller could locate the ball and cut it back inside to catch it. Trust between a quarterback and wide receiver is huge, and trust me when I tell you Custom is the best place to customize your own jerseys. Starting at just $24.99, you can design football, basketball, baseball jerseys, or even hoodies. Use code TEXANSTHOUGHTS for 10% off. The link is in the description. The customization options are truly limitless. And Will Fuller's not just limited to winning deep on the outside. Tim Kelly moved Fuller into the slot a good amount, and he excelled there as well. Versus press coverage, he takes a glide step so that both his feet are parallel, and he gives himself a two-way go. This is the most powerful position a slot wide receiver can be in, and it makes the cornerback's job crazy tough. But look at his hop again. With his left foot forward and right foot back, when he hops, you'd assume his right foot would land first and he'd break inside, right? Well, Fuller is trying to break inside, but he doesn't want the cornerback to know that just yet. So he lands on his left foot first, points his hips to the right, then plants off his right foot to explode back inside. The cornerback takes the bite to the outside and is now out leveraged. And with Fuller's speed, if you're one step incorrect, good luck to you. You have to be picture perfect throughout every second of the rep if you're gonna cover Fuller. But if you've been following Fuller, you already know he's an elite deep threat. However, the 2020 season proved that he could be more than that, and actually a wide receiver one for any type of offense in the NFL. He became the Texans' chain mover, taking over the role from the great DeAndre Hopkins, and was on pace for some truly ridiculous stats if the PED situation didn't happen. So how was he so damn good? Well, that elite speed forces defenses to give him space, and he knows how to take advantage. Versus JC Jackson in off coverage, Fuller wants to win inside, so he attacks Jackson's leverage by releasing outside. This forces Jackson to continue to back up. Then Fuller makes his route look like a wheel route, and he accelerates downfield. Because Jackson needs to respect his deep threat ability, he turns and runs downfield, playing the go. But Fuller actually cuts it inside, and there's just nothing he can do about that. So Fuller knows how to pair that elite speed with really nuanced routes to create separation. He's lethal deep down the field, but also over the middle in the intermediate areas. When teams try to press him instead of using off coverage, Fuller is ready. He loves this 5-step dig route, again using the glide step to hold the cornerback in place and get the jump on him. Then at the break, he makes sure to stay tight to the cornerback and explode into his sharp cut. This route really works off of his deep threat ability. See here how he glide steps, fakes outside like a go, and the cornerback has to respect that. Because the one time, it is a go, he needs to be playing at 100% speed to keep up. But when it's a dig, the cornerback is left hopeless, with no damn chance. His ability to beat pure man coverage is a necessity out of wide receiver ones, and on this play, Fuller notices what looks like a roll to a cover 1 blitz and tells Watson. But post snap, the Titans run a cover 2 man. Fuller uses a stutter step release and then dips his inside shoulder so that the cornerback can't jam him. He gets by him with ease but isn't done there, and on this out route, he doesn't want his first cut to go outside, that makes it easier on the cornerback. So instead he plants inside first and boom, another first down, moving them chains. Fuller's really improved at beating press coverage, and with his added weight, he's also got stronger hands. He loves to use a 2-hand swipe to beat a cornerback's attempt to jam him. Rashard Fenton, a great rookie quarterback for the Chiefs, uses a 1-hand jam here to throw out Fuller, but is swatted away like a fly. That earns Fuller inside leverage and great separation. Try to press him with 2 defenders, it still doesn't matter. The first cornerback lunges forward and uses a 2-hand jam, but forget about it. The cornerback is left stumbling, and the second cornerback needs to jam Fuller to give his teammate a chance to recover, but Fuller says no sir to him as well. This should have been a touchdown with the better throw, but good catch in traffic by Will. And really quick sidetrack, but I did want to talk about how Fuller's hands, especially when he's about to get hit, have improved. His catch in traffic rating in Madden, it better have increased, because these catches, they honestly just weren't happening in his first few years, but he's improved his concentration and his hands a decent amount. Getting back to his routes though, and what also makes a wide receiver 1 is the ability to beat cornerback ones. The Pats thought they could be okay with JC Jackson on Fuller one-on-one, but they were wrong. He makes this route look like his typical 5-step dig, but this time sits it down and turns it into a curl. Every part of the route here is beautiful. On the release, he brings his right foot up, insinuating that he's going to break outside, but he uses a quick short step with his left foot to explode inside instead. You can see JC takes that one false step outside, and he's at a disadvantage. Now he's playing catch up, and it looks like a possible go from Fuller, but he elongates his foot and chops down his next steps to separate away from Jackson. Jair Alexander was the next best cornerback Fuller played all year, and if you purely look at the box score, you'll think Alexander shut him down. However, Fuller won his fair share of reps, and he and Deshaun just couldn't connect that day. He beat him deep using that 2-hand swipe and just blowing by Jair. Fuller also went over the middle of the field on over routes. Here he releases inside but doesn't want to fully give away his route just yet, so he straightens it out and runs straight at Jair, forcing him to backpedal and stay square, not cheating inside. Once that happens, Fuller knows he can break inside, and look at all that space. Fuller had 2 opportunities to score a touchdown to add to the one that he did score, but like the first play I showed you, Deshaun went elsewhere with the football. Here the Texans motion to a stack release, and that makes Fuller Jair's man in their cover 3 match zone. He wins really easily on the post, and the deep single high safety went to cover Cooks instead, as that's where the ball was going, so Jair really dodged a few massive bullets that would have made the box score look a lot different. But that's why we watch the film, because, well, you know how it goes. So we know Fuller can win deep, intermediate, beat press, off coverage, he wins outside, and also in the slot. This play is a really good example of using the situation to your advantage. It's 2nd and 2, and the Packers show zone coverage, as a cornerback follows the running back out wide, instead of a linebacker. So, Fuller knows that this nickel defender is likely going to try and jump any short routes that they think are coming. Thus, Fuller slow releases this, faking a short route, then as the defender doesn't haul his ass backwards, Fuller can accelerate quickly and blow by him for the chunk play. Fuller can really do it all. I mean, he fits any offensive scheme and can even take advantage of screens off a strong run game. Get the ball in his hands with space to work and he'll get you yak. There's nothing he can't do on the field, and because of that, deserves to be paid as one of the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL. However, there are major red flags off of the field. He's yet to play a full 16-game season, mainly due to multiple soft tissue injuries, which, they aren't flukes, but rather, how your body is composed and how you manage it. And all of us Texans fans, we thought he had finally beaten the injury bug. He cut off his dreads, he was playing 11 games straight with virtually no issues, everything was looking beautiful. And Fuller had a massive payday coming his way, but then the PED news broke all of our hearts. He was suspended for 6 games, including the first one of the 2021 season. And, questions began flying. Is he an unethical player who wants to cheat? Is that how he was able to stay healthy? How are all these Houston athletes, getting flagged at the same time? Is Brian Cushing responsible? But the big question is obviously, can Fuller stay healthy without the PEDs? I don't know. I don't think anyone can truly tell you apart from Will. What I will say is the 3 guys who all got suspended around the same time, Will Fuller, Bradley Roby, AJ Boye, they all do have a history of soft tissue and especially hamstring issues. So did they all know what they were doing, or did they get played and lied to by their trainer? Again, I don't know and won't make assumptions on what I don't know. However, it clouds Fuller's situation and makes me drastically more cautious about giving him a big long-term deal, because at the end of the day, you have to be available. Because of that, my favorite option is to franchise tag Will Fuller. A 1-year deal. Right now it's being reported at $16.4 million. That makes sense, as it gives Will the chance to, prove he can truly play all 16 games. And if he does that, then we can pay him a big time deal. However, it also doesn't lock the Texans into too much money and a long-term commitment before they know that they can 100% count on him. If he doesn't want to sign that franchise tag but is open to a reasonable extension, I wouldn't go above 2 years personally. If some other team wants to throw him like 3 to 4 years and $18 million, that's a huge risk that they can take. But a reasonable deal to me, if he does want to take a shorter term deal but not a franchise tag, would be, 2 years, 16.5 to 17 million. With minimal guarantees in that second year to protect the Texans. Fuller's talent is extremely worth taking a chance on, especially if you're a team that is flush in cap space. So I do think some team is going to give him a massive deal. But does Will Fuller stay, or will he go? Only time can really tell, and the Deshaun Watson standoff, that will likely play a huge role in Fuller's decision. The two are dynamic together, and one of the top 3, quarterback wide receiver duos in the entire NFL, in my opinion. Whichever team Deshaun ends up playing for would be wise to make a strong push for Fuller as well. Alright, that's going to do it for the video. If you enjoyed, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Shout out to all the Texans Thoughts team members. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you want to join the team, the link is in the description. You get a bunch of dope perks for just $3.99 a month. Also, check out the merch links down below in the description. I got some great stuff for y'all. Alright, take care, come back for more, and remember, the film don't lie.